Masturbation is one of the healthiest things you can do for your sex life. But what if I told you you might be doing it wrong? Yes, you heard that right. Not dangerously wrong, but silently, secretly sabotaging your sexual confidence without even knowing it. Because hidden inside 3 seemingly harmless habits lies the reason some men are going limp in the bedroom, losing their edge, and spiraling into shame, frustration, and confusion. This isn't about shame. This isn't about guilt. This is about reclaiming control over your body and your pleasure. So stay with me, because in the next few minutes, we're going to expose the truth about how masturbation trains your brain and body, and how small mistakes can hijack your performance, lead to premature ejaculation, and even trigger erectile dysfunction. But more importantly, we'll give you clear, science-backed, no-nonsense strategies to reset your sexual reflexes, reignite your stamina, and build elite-level performance that your partner will notice and deeply appreciate. Are you ready? Let's get honest, let's get real, and let's finally fix this. Setting the foundation. Why this matters. Let's be clear from the start. Masturbation is normal. It's healthy. And it can be incredibly beneficial when done right. It's not the enemy of a good sex life. It complements it. When practiced with awareness, masturbation can relieve stress, help you sleep better, support a healthy prostate, improve body awareness, boost your mood, increase sexual confidence. But here's the part most people miss. This is the key to everything we're going to talk about today. Masturbation is a form of training. Your brain is a learning machine. Through a process called neuroplasticity, it literally rewires itself based on repeated actions and experiences. So every time you masturbate, you're teaching your brain and body how to respond sexually. You're setting up your arousal patterns. You're reinforcing what feels normal. You're programming your climax reflexes. It's no different than going to the gym. If you train with proper form, you build strength. If you train with bad form, you build dysfunction. Masturbation is no different. It's not about doing it or not doing it. It's about how you're doing it. Get it right, and you build confidence, control, and stamina. Get it wrong, and you're on a fast track to erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation. Let's break it down. These are the 3 biggest mistakes men make when masturbating, and how to fix them with simple changes starting today. Mistake number 1, the 100-yard dash. The first mistake? Rushing. We call this the 100-yard dash. This is when you masturbate with one goal in mind. Finish as fast as possible. Maybe you're trying to be discreet. Maybe it's a quick stress relief before bed. Or maybe you've just gotten into a habit of fast sessions without even realizing it. But here's the danger. Every time you finish quickly, you're training your body to finish quickly. Your nervous system is getting used to arousal, climax, done. You're wiring your brain to believe that sexual stimulation is a short, rapid, explosive event. And when you finally get into bed with a real partner, guess what happens? Your body does exactly what it's been trained to do. It finishes fast, which means you struggle to last. You start worrying about losing control. That fear turns into anxiety, and anxiety is one of the biggest psychological causes of erectile dysfunction. This creates a vicious cycle. Rush, premature ejaculation, anxiety, erection loss, shame, repeat. The fix: practice control. The solution? Turn the 100-yard dash into a marathon. Dedicate time when you're alone, relaxed, and completely unhurried. Don't focus on the climax. Focus on awareness. Learn how to surf the wave of your own arousal. Get close to the edge, then slow down. Let the intensity drop, then build it up again. Repeat this cycle multiple times. This technique is known as edging, and it rewires your brain to handle higher arousal without immediately finishing. You're retraining your body to be under your control, not the other way around. And that, my friend, is the foundation of true sexual mastery. Mistake number 2, porn. the junk food of your sexual brain. Let's talk about the second silent saboteur of male performance: pornography. Now, this is not a moral lecture. This is a neurological warning. You see, porn isn't just entertainment. It's digital neuroconditioning, and it's changing the way your brain processes arousal. When you rely on pornography to masturbate, you're feeding your brain an artificial, oversaturated, hyper-intense experience. It's like stuffing your mind with junk food that feels great in the moment, but causes long-term damage that you don't notice until it's too late. Every time you watch porn, your brain is hit with a rush of dopamine, the chemical responsible for pleasure, motivation, and reward. But here's the catch. That dopamine spike comes not just from what you're watching, but from the novelty. New faces, new bodies, new scenes, new angles, new extremes, and with every click, you get more. What does your brain do? It adapts. It desensitizes. Over time, your dopamine system becomes less responsive. So now, what used to turn you on barely gets a reaction. And guess what happens next? Your real-life partner, who you deeply love and are genuinely attracted to, suddenly doesn't trigger the same arousal. Not because they've changed, but because your brain has been rewired to crave hyperstimulation. This condition is so real, it has a name. PIED, porn-induced erectile dysfunction. And it's becoming alarmingly common, even in men in their 20s and 30s. Let that sink in. Men who are otherwise healthy, in love, and emotionally available can't get or maintain an erection, not because something's wrong with them, but because their brain has been hijacked by porn's programming. They're comparing a home-cooked gourmet meal to a greasy drive-through combo, and their body no longer knows how to respond to the real thing. The fix: reclaim your mind. It starts with a digital detox. You have to stop outsourcing your arousal to a screen and bring it back into your own body and imagination. This might feel weird at first, especially if porn has been a crutch for years. But just like quitting sugar or processed food, your brain will recover, and your natural arousal patterns will return. Instead of porn, use your imagination. Replay positive past experiences or create new fantasy scenarios that engage your mind. Erotic literature, books or stories that allow your imagination to fill in the gaps, activating your brain more deeply than video. Erotic audio, podcasts and audio erotica that stimulate without overwhelming your visual system. These methods stimulate your internal world, not the external overload of porn. Remember, the most powerful sexual organ you have isn't between your legs, it's between your ears. And when you reclaim that, you don't just become better in bed. You become more present, more confident, and more deeply connected to your partner. Mistake number 3, the death grip and the danger of monotony. Now let's talk about the third and often most overlooked mistake that quietly erodes sexual performance over time. Monotony, also known as the death grip. This is when a man masturbates the exact same way every single time. Same hand, same grip, same speed, same tight pressure. Often in the same position, like lying face down on a bed or pressing against a mattress. And here's the issue. You're not just building a routine, you're building a dependency. Over time, your penis becomes conditioned to respond to only that specific kind of intense stimulation. You've trained it to expect a very narrow, very concentrated type of sensation, one that real sex simply cannot replicate. So when you finally get with a partner, someone you're excited to be with, your body doesn't react the way you want it to. Why? Because your partner's touch, no matter how loving or skilled, can't match the tightness, pressure, and friction you've used to get off by yourself. Your brain registers that difference and sends the message. This doesn't feel right. This isn't what we're used to. The result? You struggle to get fully hard. You lose your erection mid-act. You feel disconnected, embarrassed, even ashamed. And worst of all, you start doubting yourself. You wonder, am I broken? What's wrong with me? Why can't I enjoy real intimacy? But the truth is, you're not broken. You've just trained your body into a corner. And just like with any habit, it can be retrained with the right approach. The fix: become an explorer. To break the cycle of monotony, you have to reintroduce variety into your solo sessions. This is not about gimmicks or toys or tricks. It's about reconditioning your nervous system to be responsive to a range of sensations and stimuli. Try this. Switch hands. If you always use your right, use your left. Use lubrication. This changes the texture, reduces friction, and helps break the habit of gripping too tightly. Change positions. Sit up, lie back, stand, kneel. Try what feels new or unfamiliar. Vary speed and pressure. Experiment with light touch, teasing strokes, and rhythm changes. Use your non-dominant hand with a mirror to improve mind-body awareness. The goal is simple: to make your penis adaptive, not dependent. When you do this, your body becomes responsive to different kinds of touch, making the transition to partner intimacy natural and enjoyable. No more numbness, no more awkward moments, no more performance anxiety, just connection, presence, and full-bodied pleasure. Pro tip: if you've already built a strong death grip habit, don't expect instant results. Your body may need time to adjust. This is normal. Stay patient, stay consistent, and within a few weeks, you'll begin to notice increased sensitivity, stronger erections, deeper mind-body awareness, and a more satisfying connection with your partner. Remember, you're not just rewiring your body, you're rewiring your confidence. The biological switch that can kill erections, and the 7-second natural reset. Now here's where things get even more fascinating, and honestly, a little shocking. Let's say you've made all the right behavioral changes. You've slowed down and practiced control. You've ditched porn and reclaimed your imagination. You've broken the death grip and retrained your body for real intimacy. And yet, something still feels off. You're still not getting the same rock-hard, spontaneous erections you once did. You still struggle with stamina or sensitivity. Or maybe your drive has dropped altogether, like the fire inside you just quietly dimmed. What's going on? It's not always psychological. It's not always habit-based. And it's definitely not just age. What if the real issue is biological? Recent research is revealing something that was once overlooked in male health. There is a natural switch in the male body, a kind of internal trigger that can gradually shut down over time. Not because of disease, not because of stress, but because of modern lifestyle pressures. We're talking about chronic inflammation, disrupted blood flow, hormonal imbalance, toxin exposure, sedentary habits, and stress-induced nervous system overload. And once this switch is flipped off, even the best techniques, mindset shifts, or relationship advice won't be enough, because the system itself isn't responding the way it used to. That's why so many men who do everything right still feel like something's broken. But here's the incredible part. There's now a simple, safe, 100% natural 7-second home remedy that's helping men turn that switch back on. It's not a pill, it's not a pump, and it doesn't require any invasive treatments. This solution works by targeting the scientific root cause of performance decline, restoring the body's natural ability to send blood to the right places at the right time with the intensity of youth. We're talking about men in their 50s, 60s, even 70s, reclaiming morning wood, spontaneous desire, and confident performance without side effects. If you want to see the science behind this for yourself and discover this stunningly simple method, take out your phone and scan the QR code right now. It's on your screen. Or click the direct link I've placed in the pinned comment below this video. I've made it easy to access because every man deserves to feel confident in his body again, without shame, silence, or risky medications. Go check it out, and then come right back for the final summary and a powerful bonus tip you can use today. Perfect, Dr. Emma. Let's now wrap it all up with a compelling, emotionally intelligent, and confidence-boosting conclusion in Part 7. This final section reinforces the lessons, brings everything full circle, and ends on a practical tip that empowers your audience to take action. The condom confidence technique you've never heard of. Welcome back. If you've made it this far, then you already know. This isn't just about masturbation, it's about mastery over your mind, your body, and your pleasure. Let's take a moment to review the 3 biggest mistakes that quietly sabotage men's performance and how to fix them. Mistake number 1, rushing, the 100-yard dash. You train your body to finish fast, which leads to premature ejaculation, anxiety, and performance issues. Fix, slow down, make it a marathon. Learn to edge. Surf the wave of arousal without tipping over. Train your brain to enjoy control, not chase climax. Mistake number 2, relying on porn, the junk food trap. You desensitize your dopamine system by overloading it with hyperstimulation, making real intimacy feel dull. Fix, detox from visual porn. Reignite your imagination. Use erotic audio or literature to rewire your arousal naturally. Mistake number 3, monotony, the death grip. You train your body to only respond to one type of intense artificial stimulation, making real sex underwhelming. Fix, introducing variety. Switch hands, use lube, change positions. Explore your body so it becomes responsive, not rigid. These changes aren't magic, they're training. And the longer you stick with them, the more power and confidence you'll rebuild, naturally. But remember, if you're still struggling despite your efforts, it may be time to address the biological switch we talked about in Part 6. Because if your body isn't producing the internal conditions for blood flow, hormonal balance, and cellular repair, then even perfect behavior can only take you so far. So don't forget, the 7-second natural method is linked in the pinned comment and shown via the QR code on your screen. Watch that video. It could be the missing link in your journey. Bonus tip: condom confidence, the training most men never do. Let's be real. For a lot of men, condoms are a buzzkill. They have a dull sensation. They trigger anxiety. And for some, they're the exact moment things go soft. Sound familiar? But here's a truth almost no one talks about. You're not losing sensitivity because of the condom. You're losing it because you've never trained with one. Think about it. You wouldn't go into a big game wearing brand new shoes you've never broken in, right? So why would you expect your body to perform confidently in something it's never practiced in? The fix: train with it. Here's your simple mission. During your solo sessions, start practicing with condoms. Try different brands: thin, textured, ultra-sensitive. Test sizes. A snug fit versus a looser one can make a big difference. Explore with lube. Apply it inside and outside the condom for enhanced sensation. The more you practice, the more normal it feels. And when the time comes with a partner, you'll feel confident, calm, and in control. It's no longer a foreign object. It's part of your routine. Masturbation isn't the enemy. It's not a guilty habit. It's your personal training ground. Used wisely, it can make you a better lover, a more confident man, and a more connected partner. But used thoughtlessly, it can steal your power, silently, slowly, and in ways you won't notice until it's too late. So take what you've learned today, use it, apply it, and start retraining your body and brain today. Because real sexual wellness doesn't come from pills or performance pressure. It comes from knowledge, awareness, and conscious practice. And you, my friend, are now armed with all 3. If you found this helpful, tap that like button. It truly helps us reach more men who need to hear this. And if you want more no-nonsense, science-backed health advice, hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a video. I'm Dr. Emma, and this is Wise Wellness, where knowledge meets action for men who want to thrive. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 mistakes hit home the most for you? No shame, no filter, just honesty? Drop it in the comments below. We're all here to grow. Until next time, stay strong, stay sharp, stay wise.